Hello, I'm Zoe and I'm trying my best to start a botany channel. I'm very inspired by Crime Pays, but Botany doesn't, which I guess I should link in the description. Yeah, I'm a really big fan, but I do not have the knowledge to talk about all these different plants like on the spot. So what I'm trying to do is take videos at the different places that I'm out and about in and then do like, oh, I have like a vague idea of what all the different plants are, but then I can go home, double check everything, and then record the audio just like I'm doing right now. And hopefully it will all work. But yeah, so in front of me, oh my God, I've got so many notes in front of me. So the plant that I'm looking at is, oh gosh, and I want to try saying all these Latin names. And Izzy, I'm very inspired by a Tony slash Joy. So I'll pronounce them however I pronounce them. But yeah, this plant is like Santolinia chamaecyparissus. Um, and yeah, I'm really proud that I was able to recognize it as a power of the Aceraceae slash sunflower family, since it's got like a capitulum of like all the flowers combined together. And yeah, this isn't a plant native to Scotland. By the way, I'm in Scotland. It's like native to the Mediterranean region and was like introduced to introduced to the UK like 500 years ago. And then going back to the plant that I was looking at the start of the video, that's like a scabiosa, which is in the honeysuckle family, Caprifoliaceae. And yeah, it's called like scabious because like it was literally used as a medicine to treat scabies, which is scabies is minging, like the flower isn't. And when I first looked at the flower, it really reminded me of like lantana. I think common lantana is like lantana camara, but that's actually in the verbena family, like verbenaceae. I just need to practice. Once I say more of these words, like it'll all be fine. Also, I slowed down this video because I just like walk around like the garden, like boop 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 boop. But it'll take me like way longer to actually say all the things I'm trying to say. And like doing some sort of like slideshow of like photographs, like that would have been even worse. Anyway, these big massive daisies like all around this place. I don't know the exact species, but it is a native one that's widespread around the UK. And it's a type of like leucanthemum, leucanthemum, which is another aceraceae. And then we've got this big red thing, well, red and yellow, which is Nephofia, maybe Nephofia Uvaria. And these plants are native to like Africa, specifically South Africa, and they've been cultivated in the UK for like 300-ish years. And the species planted in different gardens, like have been like escaping into nature, like outside of gardens, for the past 100 years, and they have quite like complex cultivars. So I don't know the exact species it is. That's why I'm saying it's maybe Uvaria. But yeah, the red tubes show that it's evolved for like hummingbird pollination, but there's no hummingbirds in Scotland, so it's a bit obsolete. But yeah, it's in the Asphodeliaceae family, which I don't know much about. It seems like a bit of a confusing family, but seemingly it includes aloe. And then there's all these yarrow plants. I'm saying yarrow because like I know this plant and I know it. I recognize other plants, but like I don't know their common names. So I'm not gonna say their common names if I don't know their common names. I'll stick to the Latin names. But yeah, yarrow, I know this one like really well. But it's quite confusing looking at these ones because there are pink species of yarrow, but I think this is the native Achille millefolium, which is widespread and usually white. but maybe this is like a pink cultivar of that one. Um, I don't know. And I actually thought yarrow was in the um Apiaceae family, which is like the carrot family. Because I thought it looked like an umbel, but actually this is also an Asteraceae. And then this cute flower, well, all flowers are cute, but whatever, is like Equilegia. Um, and there's a native one to the UK called Aguilegia vulgaris, but it doesn't look like this one at all. And then there's another small one, which is like a neophyte, like that's been newly introduced to the UK. But yeah, that's like small and blue. So this one's definitely been planted. Like it's a garden, like a bunch, but I don't really know where all these plants came from, and who planted them and when or whatever. But yeah, it's probably a planted Aquilegia chrysantha. And those plants are native to like the USA and Mexico. And it's in the Ranunculaceae, which is a buttercup family. And if I spent more time staring at the leaves, you can see they look quite like buttercupy. But it's really hard to identify plants just based on their leaves. So you're best to like look at a flower. And I haven't even mentioned it, but I'll also put it in the description that yeah, for me to figure out a lot of this stuff, it's based on like little bits of my own knowledge. But it's mostly iNaturalist to get me started, and then looking at the plant atlas 2020, which gives me a better idea of like what's going on in the UK and where. And yeah, we've got this foxglove, digitalis purpurea, which is like a widespread native. And I've got some information which I copied off Wikipedia, because like I think it is really important to be like, you know, native plants have so many interesting interactions with their like environment, and they're part of this whole ecosystem. But then like the non-native plants are just kind of like there to look nice, like that what's it called? It's called like, I think the common name is like red poker or something. Like the nymph Nephofia? The Nephofia from Africa, like there's no hummingbirds. Do you know what I mean? Whereas, anyway, let me tell you a story about foxgloves. So the larva of the foxglove pug, some long name for a bug, and it's making me feel so tired just saying these long names for plants, so I'm not going to start talking about bugs. But anyway, the larvae of the foxglove pug, a moth, consumes the flowers of the common foxglove for food. The caterpillars of this moth crawl into the newly opening flowers, one caterpillar to a flower. It then spins a silken web over the mouth of the flower, sealing it, and then proceeds to feed on the stamens in developing seeds. When the other uninfected flowers fall off, the corolla of the infected flowers remain on the plant, and the caterpillar then pupaes in the flower. Like, that's pretty interesting. That sounds like a story like someone should write a children's book about or something. And it's like, what's doing that with the fire poker tubes? You know what I mean? Nothing's doing that while it's here. Like, maybe like a moth might get trapped in there, like if it gets confused. But it's like, these moths and caterpillars have been doing this with the foxglove for like ages and ages and ages, and they've like evolved with each other. Anyway, I digress. Yeah, I was staring at in another part of the garden, there were some young foxglove plants, and I confused those young foxglove plants, thinking that they were maybe comfrey. And comfrey, like the Latin name is like symphytum. Anyway, so comfrey. I'll just say comfrey because I'm used to saying comfrey. So yeah, I was like, is that comfrey? But then I noticed the leaves. So I can't remember the specific words to describe leaf edges, but the foxglove has like these bumpy edges and the comfrey has like smooth edges. And yeah. Oh yeah, and the foxglove is in the plantain. It's like plantain. It's like Plantaginaceae, the plantain family. But not like the yellow banana like plantain that you can eat. Like the plantain, like the weed plantain. Um, and yeah, to finish off, we've got this symphytum, which is in the Boraginaceae family. Um, and yeah, they're like some young plants, and I haven't seen them flowering, so I don't know the exact species. So I don't know if they're like native or non-native. But yeah, it's definitely some type of comfrey. Okay, that was my stuff. I'm so tired.